A few weeks ago, I did a video on the lead pointer, which goes with clutch pencils, and I thought, well, maybe I should do a video talking about clutch pencils. So before I get into what clutch pencils are, why I use them, I'm going to talk quickly about mechanical pencils, which is something pretty much everyone is familiar with and have probably used for classwork and maybe for drawings. But of course, the big frustration is they always break because they're made of these narrow little pens or narrow little leads. So you'll be drawing or writing and then snap, breaks off. You advance it, snap, breaks off. It's a little frustrating. As much as they're handy, they're easy to get. It's pretty easy to get refills, especially if you're just looking at like an HB hardness grade. It's pretty easy to get and just keep refilling. But as an artist, somebody who's doing a lot of drawing, I just found they were too limiting because of the breaking and also because you really only have a really sharp point. There's no other choice. It's difficult to do shading. And of course, there's the standard pencils. These are the Staedler Mars blue pencils that are really, really common. These are great, but I still really, really liked the feel of drawing with a mechanical pencil, even with the issues I was having with the leads breaking. So I started doing some research, seeing what is out there that kind of bridges the divide between a wood pencil and a mechanical pencil, and I discovered the clutch pencil. These are the three clutch pencils that I currently have. I have, they're all Staedler Mars. I have 3 hardness levels. I have HB, I have 2H, and I have 2B. Now, as I go through the grades, you notice that I've just stuck on my own labels here. And that's one of the issues I have with at least the Staedler Mars clutch pencils, is that while they technically do have a way to show the hardness grade, which is, you won't be able to probably see it on camera right now, but because I can barely see it even in real life, they have engraved on the little clip here what the hardness grade is, and you're supposed to take this little arrow and point it to the one it is, but good luck seeing that when you're in the middle of doing a drawing and switching from pencil to pencil. So anyways, that's one of the issues I have with it. But just put your own label on there and it's okay. Now, to get into really how a clutch pencil works, it's very similar to a mechanical pencil, except it has a really, really fat piece of graphite lead. And this one is 2 millimeters, and it's awesome because it doesn't break. You can just draw and draw and draw, and it doesn't break. And you can sharpen it using the lead pointer, and you can get a nice sharp point, or like right now, this one's getting a little bit dull, but still pretty good for drawing. You can also kind of pull it out, and you can shade nicely like this. Put it back in, and you can just, make whatever lines you want to make. And they're just fantastic for drawing. Now, with a mechanical pencil, you're used to, of course, clicking and it pushes it out. This one, or pushes the lead out. This one, if you click, it just drops the lead out. So you have to just use your finger to put it where you want it to be. That's pretty easy. The other nice thing is because there's so much graphite in the lead, these last for a really, really long time. Now, you can get it in all sorts of different hardness grades. Right now I have a couple sets of refills, 2B and HB, and I've taken, I think, one out of each of these when I was originally filling these, and I've done a ton of drawing since and haven't had to use any more yet. So they last a really, really long time. So if you get one of these refills, you just slide these 2 arrows together, and then you have access to the leads themselves. I don't know if you can see it, but there's writing printed on the side of these that say 2B. So even if you mix up all your leads together, you can tell what's what. Now, one of the issues with clutch pencils is that they are a bit of an investment. It's not like, you go to the store, spend, $2 and you get yourself a pencil. You spend, I can't remember how much this was, but a few dollars on the lead holder portion. And if you don't want, if you're not able to find the lead holder with the exact hardness grade that you want, then you're going to have to go and you're going to have to buy a set of refills. I think this was this is a while ago that I bought them. I think they were about $15 Canadian when I bought this refill. Now you get a dozen in here. So really in the end, after you've done a lot of drawings, it can be cost effective, but it is quite the investment right off the start. What else? Oh yes, the pencil itself, the lead holder portion of the pencil, it's really nice to hold. It has the nice metal grippy piece right where you're holding it, but the blue part is all plastic, so it's really, really light. It doesn't feel like you're carrying something really, really heavy as you're drawing, yet, because this part is metal, it gives a nice weight as you're drawing. So it's just a really, really, really nice balance. And I'll just show you quick, this is a drawing I did a while back. I'm pretty sure this was I just used the HB on this. I didn't get into, it was a sketch that one afternoon that I did. So I didn't get into using some of the different grades. But I mean, it worked really, really well to do some of the details and the shapes and the contour drawings, and as well as it worked really, really nicely for the shading. And other than that, I just think they're fantastic. They've really bridged the gap between a regular pencil and, which there's nothing wrong with regular pencils. It's just I find, as I'm drawing, I do go through them a lot more quickly when I sharpen them. It just seems like the lead basically gets eaten up as I'm sharpening. Whereas with the lead sharpener, it's just, when it sharpens, it just kind of grazes off a small amount just to make it sharp. So it seems like these last a lot longer. The other issue, of course, with pencils is as you're drawing, they get a little bit stubbier and stubbier. I mean, you can add a pencil extender onto it, but I find that those can, aren't as nice as the pencil, drawing with just the pencil itself. So with a clutch pencil, of course, it's always the same length. So I think they're fantastic. If you do a lot of drawing, it's worth it. Especially if you really like the concept of a mechanical pencil where you always have lead, you're not running down into the wood portion. And if you're interested in learning how to sharpen, the link is below to a previous video of how to sharpen using one of these lead pointers. The other thing that the pencils I have, or the lead pointers I have, don't have, but some lead pointers do have, they'll actually have a sharpener in the lid. These ones don't. They just have a little plastic nub. So if you happen to find those, that's an extra bonus, because this lead pointer can be a little bit of an annoyance if you want to take these while you're traveling.